These are the main pieces of legislation that are built into the tenancy agreement. So the Housing Act is the main one, started in 1988 and subsequently amended in 96 and 2004. The Landlord and Tenant Act in 1985, the Equalities Act in 2010 and the Immigration Act in 2014. So let's look at the next piece. These are the essential elements. I think there's 15 elements that must be included in an assured short hold tenancy agreement. So firstly, names of both parties and all adults who will be living at the property who are over 18, the address of the property, the landlord's address is important, the start and end date of your tenancy, the rent amount, when the rent is to be paid and how it is to be paid, and any clause that you want to include around rent increases. It's a good idea to put them in the tenancy agreement as well. You must include the amount of deposit that was taken and how the deposit is to be protected. And we can go into deposit protection in later videos. The landlord's responsibilities. So reasonably long list, and includes things like who's going to insure the property. So typically the landlord needs to insure the property against fire, flood, etc. And the other repairing obligations of the landlord to keep the structure of the property in good repair and working order, and to keep the gas, electrics, the heating all in good working order. The tenant's responsibilities. So again, fairly long lists here, but tenant must pay the rent on time. They must return the property in the same condition they got it, allowing for wear and tear. They must repair any damages that have happened either deliberately or because of neglect. They must protect against frost, for example, and they must allow access to the landlord or agent given reasonable notice. Other things the tenant is responsible for: they must not alter the property in any way without written permission beforehand. Other clauses like not bringing bikes into the house might be included. You can't sublet the property. You can't carry out a trade in a residential property in typical ASTs. You must not do anything that might annoy your neighbours, so act in a neighbourly and tenant-like manner. So quite a long list for each party, landlord and tenants, to adhere to. Other ones that you might need to include, the termination period, the grounds for eviction, and again, who's going to be responsible for insuring the property. Typically landlords responsible for the building and tenants responsible for the contents if it's their contents.